Aaron. Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee with the broker, man. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. I can't complain any, man. Life is pretty good. Had a great Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Hey, so how long you been with me?
January of last year.
So about a year and a half. How are things going?
I'm crushing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing pretty good.
You've been in the business for like 2 years, correct?
Yeah, 2 years.
So, what do you like about real estate?
The main thing probably, there's a lot, but the main thing probably is the people, really. Being able to, close escrow and then pop by, Christmas time, or send them just a card for their birthday.
Right.
You know me, I'm big into techie, but a lot of stuff I've automated for gifts and stuff. So,
right.
They think I do it, and I do it, but
it's automatic.
It's automated.
It's automated. You do a lot of automated stuff. Well, me and you were talking about that earlier today. We were talking a little bit about what's kind of going on in the market and how your guys are doing stuff. And me and you said, after this pandemic, I was up there with Mike at a management retreat, Mike Ferry, and he was talking about the fact that there's no substitute for getting in front of people. And me and you were talking about that too, that you do a lot of calling, and you're not doing as much calling as you usually do, correct?
Yeah, my role has shifted as we've created the team, but my calling is a lot less as far as how many calls I make. Obviously, my conversion rate stays the same, but I call to get face-to-face,
Right.
Because you give me 100 calls, and I'll make 9 deals out of 100. You give me 100 people, I could probably convert all 100. Right? Face-to-face is the goal.
Right. So your numbers go up a lot. They just go up when you get face-to-face. And it's been proven. And, I get a kick out of some of the brokerages and stuff like that think they can be virtual, and they can. As a broker, I have to be interacting with you too, because over the phone just doesn't work. I mean, when me and you go face-to-face and we look at each other with a problem, we can solve it. But we're on the phone, or we're just tech on emails or texting, it just seems like it takes forever.
Well, when I get offers accepted, because I send videos to the agents.
Right.
To agents, not even to clients.
Right.
I'm sending a video with my email and my offer, a quick 30-second, hey, this is my offer. I know it's very competitive, but here's a quick highlight. Hope to do a deal with you. And even though it's not face-to-face.
Right. Well, it's face-to-face.
Yeah,
they're putting a face with a person now.
It's as good as it gets right now.
Although I think most agents know you in the Valley already. You do. Yeah. This year you're looking at doing how many deals?
We're trending almost 90.
Yeah, and if you're trending 90, we're big about this over here at Century 21. We do projections. Beginning of the year, we get a projection of where we want to go for the end of the year. We check it in the middle of it. We're at this June. I'll be checking everybody's stuff to see if they've made the where they're at. If they were asking to do, if you're asking to do 90, we should be somewhere around 45 by the end of June, right?
Yeah.
And we know we get a little bit more in July and August, but it should be trending.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we do over here. Where do you see the market going?
It's not going to change, in my opinion, and I listen to you, so it's like a trick question.
Yeah.
But all the people I listen to, you are one of them. It's going to be a tough market for the next year and a half, especially for buyers. Even though we're back at 08 prices, how we got to these prices are completely different.
It's not the perfect storm again.
No, it's really not.
It's not. It's money's being put down. If they're buying a house $100,000 over list price, they're putting down the $100,000 plus another 20%.
Yeah.
So they got too much skin in the game.
They qualified for the loan that they got.
Right. So. Right. Yeah. So they got a lot of skin in the game in this market. I see that too. The things that we offer here at Full Realty, are you happy with everything we got going on?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot.
There's a whole lot. Well, you're building a good sized team right now. You and Steve are, right?
Just picked up 3 people for our team.
Right.
So yeah, we're building a lot.
You're going bilingual too, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, we already had Steve's wife, Betty.
Okay.
And she was Spanish. But yeah, we picked up another Spanish.
Betty speaks Spanish?
Yeah, somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay.
More than I do.
More than yeah, I got taco and burrito down. You know what I mean? I could probably get a drink too if I had to.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. We all do. Anyway, I got a question. What's the difference? You've been at one other brokerage, but what's the difference you see in our brokerage compared to the other brokerages that you work with out there?
Yeah. I don't difference or similarities. I think the main thing is culture for me. Having a great culture. as much energy as I try to bring to the office, to have someone in there who brings in energy as well.
Right.
So if I'm feeling off, or it's just I got my head ripped off by a seller, I have someone else in there who I know just give me an hour of rubbing shoulders with them, and I'm going to be good.
Yep.
So culture is probably to me the most important thing.
Culture is a big part of what we do here too, and it's something I study. And we don't hear that enough. We always hear we're like a family, and I get that family thing is used so much in the market today when you go to small brokerages, and that's not true. It takes time to become part of the family. People don't walk into a brokerage and become part of a family. You walk into a brokerage and you see the culture, and then you roll into being part of the family. It's kind of how I look at it these days. Culture is everything. I study it. Century 21 has classes on it that I take. I think that's a very important part to keep our culture right and keep our culture in a production way, producing.
Right.
We want our agents to produce, Training. You've worked with Mary a little bit on training. What do you like about Mary and her training?
Well, Mary's my girl. I love her.
Right.
She's not only very good at what she does with real estate, but she's really good at teaching that too. So in my experience, is the one that sticks out is I had a very difficult transaction, and you got involved, Mary got involved, and this was probably a year and a half ago, right when I just came to Century 21 Full Realty. And she sat me in there, gave me 30 minutes of her time. She helped me handle this transaction. When I was done, this problem in this transaction, I told you, I believe, I just felt like she opened up my brain, threw in 20 to 30 years of experience, put on the cap, and I was off on my own. I was like, what you just did and how you handled that was so masterful. It's like it really does take some skill to develop that, to control the conversation and to get what you want while that person still thinks they got what they want.
Exactly.
It was beautiful.
Mike Ferry is my personal coach, and the last 5 years I've been with the Mike Ferry organization, training and stuff like that is something that you really like. The scripts and objections and kind of learning what to do. We do that in our recruiting. We use Mike throughout our office, even in a lot of our training. Tell me a little bit, how important is it to have scripts and to be on for objections and stuff like that? Yeah. It works for you, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I built my business.
Right.
Yeah, so for me, the whole script, I'm not point A to point B.
Right.
How I've dived into Mike Ferry and Tom Ferry.
Right.
And other people on YouTube watching top producers just role play.
Right.
I have taken certain rebuttals and I've rolled it into just a big hot mess. Mm-hmm. So I have a different style, but I'll still use Mike Ferry. Does today work at 4, tomorrow at 5? Like,
right.
I'm still using tons of his stuff.
Right.
But scripts are huge. You've got to, and you got to role play.
Yep.
And then you just got to call. You just got to do it and cut your teeth.
We talk about that all the time about, a football team practices, 5 days, 6 hours a day to play in a game that each player might play 20 to 30 minutes of that game, right? And us as agents, we don't practice our craft enough. And it never ceases to amaze me when I'm doing recruiting. With you, it was an easy deal because you buy into it that easy. You were already doing it. But with some of the other agents, well, I don't want to, Mike Ferry's old. The old works, because there's some new people coming up that are training that are just using his stuff and redoing it to fit the market they're in today. You have to practice. You have to practice. This is a profession, Let's talk a little bit about technology. You're big into technology.
Yeah. I'm huge. Automation, tracking my calls, my texts, my emails. So I know if, for instance, I've made 2,100 calls this year, which broken down is only 134 a week. I used to do that in 2 days.
Right.
But I've gotten better at those people that do answer the calls, which is 600. And so I know my numbers, track that, templates, automation. If I'm doing the same thing over and over again, I'm making it into a template. So I can send it a beautiful video, so I don't have to be super polished every day.
Right.
But I make 5 to 10 different videos and I send those.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I do get a live person, I'll take a video. I don't care if I'm in a t-shirt and shorts, right? Usually the short isn't in the video, but
Right.
I will take a custom video. Hey, Randy, just great talking with you. Just wanted to put a face with a phone call.
Right.
And then my other thing with my reviews, I collect reviews automatically. And so from last year, March, till now when I've done it, I've gotten 40 reviews on a site I control.
Right.
If I get a 1 star, figure out why, to be honest
Right.
with you. But if it's truly not my fault, I can hide it.
Right.
But I do like 4 or 3 or 1 stars if they're real.
If they're real.
Because it shows you're real. You know,
Yeah, right.
I don't like to dismiss just a 1 star because then people kind of view that as fake. Like when you go to Amazon, they're
Right.
all 5 stars. You're like,
Nah, there's not. There's more. There's more to that story. I think what you've done is amazing. You and Steve. I think you and Steve are a great team together, and you guys are building a great team. I see the future bright. We're headed over to Menifee. You guys are going to be in the Menifee office. Tell me a little bit about what you're looking forward to about that.
everything, bro. I'm pumped about Menifee. Yeah, just the location and the amount of walk-ins that we'll have. Being next to the taco shop, chiropractor, on the main street, I could be sitting out in front or in the back, and people are driving through Starbucks. So
Mhm.
just the exposure, the face-to-face.
Right.
I work with people I like and I trust.
Right.
And if I can convey that without even saying anything to someone,
Right.
appear likable and appear trustworthy,
Right.
it's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it. I see that one of many that we're going to be putting together. I mean, we're on track this year for 2 more. So we'll open up hopefully 3 new offices and somewhere in the valley all the way down to Oceanside area that we're looking at doing this year. So Mike, I have a girl too.
Yeah.
I mean, I stay pretty busy and all this stuff, and I kind of enjoy it. I got my youngest son Matt's handling most of the tech and stuff that's going on in companies now with sales and stuff like that. My oldest son Keith's coming in to do a little bit of operations, actually do all the operations. So I'm looking forward to that too. Kind of takes me away from it a little bit. Is there anything, here's a quick question. Anything I can do to make it better here for you?
You and your questions.
Yeah.
When I came over here a year and a half ago, with real estate loans and escrows and everything you had going, I just felt like you were very available then.
Right.
And as I see you grow to 4, 5, and 6 different companies, you're doing so much. So thank you for that. And then you're putting people in place too. You're stretched thin and you're hiring more. So I couldn't ask anything else from you. You've done a lot.
That's a good compliment. That's a good compliment out there. So if you guys are looking for a great agent to work with and go over, list your home with, Aaron's right here. We have had a great weekend with Mother's Day. We look forward to next week. We're going to have coffee, next Monday morning coffee. I don't know who it's with yet, but somebody will be coming on board. I think we already have a schedule. And thanks for coming out today, Aaron. I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, man. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.